Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the second segment of today's live stream. So right now I'm just waiting for the EA to detect a setup. Just waiting patiently for it to detect a setup. We could be seeing some volatility coming in about 9:30. We'll see how that goes. So right now we're just waiting patiently for the EA to detect a setup. Who's with me right now? Remember, subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit the like button, support the channel. So we are waiting patiently, looking to catch a setup. Let's see if we'll be able to catch a setup either long or short. Once we're in, that's all that matters. Doesn't matter if we're long, doesn't matter if we're short. We just want to be in the market. It would be good to get in before 9:30. Okay, they're not giving us that entry. Let's see if we catch it. Okay, we look like we may catch an opportunity to get in. Price is pushing down. All right, so price is pushing to the downside right now. We have Clutcher with us. Welcome, Clutcher. How are you doing today? All right, so Clutcher is asking how much capital you need when you start trading. You don't necessarily need to have a lot of capital. It all depends on the method that you're using. So if you have a very powerful method, you don't need a lot of capital. So for example, I would say if you have a very good method, you could start off with a few $100s. I'll say maybe $500. It all depends on how much money you want to make. And if you could double your $500 at least on a weekly basis, you're good. Right? So you double your 500 to 1,000, then you double your 1,000 to 2,000, and so on and so on. And you're going to be able to be making a living off of trading. It's not always very simple to double your account. I mean, it's not going to be as simple as getting it, being able to double your account on a weekly basis, but it is doable. Right? So our EA just caught a buy setup. So we caught a buy, price is pushing up. Let's see if it's going to be sustainable to the upside. It is 9:30 and the price pushed up. We were able to catch that entry. Beautiful entry. Price is pushing a little bit aggressive to the upside. I'm going to try to get ready for the potential next move that can be coming. Give me 1 second, guys. All right. Okay, so price is moving up. It's looking nice so far. Let's see if it's going to be sustainable to the upside. Getting a deep pullback. Pushing up again. And remember guys, with this EA, everything is completely automated. Okay, I don't have to manage the trades, it's done automatically. Everything is completely automated, guys. If I would like to make this EA more profitable, I could jump in and manage these trades myself. But that's not the plan. That's not the direction that we're looking to go. We're looking to create something that we can just plug in and just leave it alone for a few years. Well, you will have to come in from time to time and just increase your lot size. But we're looking to create something that could bring us passive, long-term returns. All right, so price is pushing up aggressively. And we're like $46 so far in profit. So the EA makes a lot more profit than, and a lot faster than when it takes on losses. So it makes a lot of profit faster than taking on losses. So sometimes you could have a month worth of losses and your EA could make that up in one session. Sometimes just the morning set, the 8:30 to 9, 9:30 to 10, you could make up a month's loss, right? And the move that we're getting now, this is nothing compared to what I've seen. We sometimes have gigantic moves of a few hundred points at 9:30, and sometimes even at 8:30. We have sometimes some gigantic moves coming in. So the move that we're looking at right now is about, it's over 100 points, right? So this is about 100 points that we're looking at right now, and we're already we're at $50 profit. Imagine when we see a 200 point, 300 point move, sometimes a 500 point move. That is where you make substantial profits. But once the price moves 200 points, the EA will look for an exit. Okay, that's how I have it set up. If the price moves 200 points, the EA will look for an exit, and it will close out the trade once it finds that exit. So right now we're heading into my liquidity map A zone. So we just tapped it, just a slight tap, and you can see that there is a reaction because we hit that liquidity map zone, right? So if I wanted, I could have closed out the trade as soon as it touched the zone and retained most of the profits, right? But we're not doing that. The price came, it hit the zone, it bounced, pulled back. Let's see if it reverses completely or if it continues pushing to the upside. We're not getting involved. We're allowing the EA to do its thing. So Clutcher, what size accounts do you have? What size account do you trade? As you can see, this account that I'm trading here right now, this account started off with $1,000. So the EA was in some drawdown for a bit. So we took on about a 50% drawdown. The other account that I'm trading manually, it was also $500. So this one was 1,000, the other one was 500, and I'm looking to turn that $500 into $1 million, right? This account here with the EA, I'm looking to trade this. Maybe it's going to probably take maybe 3 to 4 years to turn this $1,000 into $1 million, completely automated without me having to get involved, right? The only thing that I'm going to do when I get involved is increase the lot size every time the account is doubled, right? With the manual trading, I use my liquidity map. You guys will see me do my manual trading a little bit later on, around let's say 11:30 or so. That's when I come on and trade manually. You guys will see me use my liquidity map, and I started off that account with $500, and I'm gonna flip that account to $1 million, right? So just stay posted, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so that you're notified whenever I have a live stream. Hit that like button, support the channel, help us spread the word. My liquidity map, it was created by me, and in my view, it is one of the most powerful trading systems I have ever seen. Yes, 500 to 1 million. Just join me on my journey. Watch. It can be done. And we have other traders who are actually attempting to do it right now. I was inspired to do it by, I think his name on YouTube was FX Alex G. Yeah. So he was doing it starting off with $100, right? $100. And I think right now he's probably over 300,000, right? So he's doing quite well with his challenge. And he's only a few weeks in, right? I think he's about 2 months in or so, about 8 weeks or so. I'm not sure, but I think he should be about 8 weeks or more. Maybe, yeah, about 8 weeks or so in. I'm not 100% sure. You could check it out. This is the balance on the account, right? It's 514 and the equity is 549, right? That's this account. My manual trading account, where I use my liquidity map, I had a little snag with my stop losses when I first started off, so that kind of put me into drawdown. So I ended up drawing down because when I enter trades, my stops are very small, and I offload all of my capital and I put in a very small stop, right? So that small stop could be worth a lot. So if I get stopped out, I could lose 50 bucks, I could lose $100 on getting stopped out, right? So my $500 account went down to 70 something dollars, and I was able to bring it back from 70 something dollars to over 500 again, right? Just by adjusting my stop criterias, right? So I won't get stopped out so often. So I just increased my stops just a little bit more, and I stopped moving them into break even too soon, right? So that I won't get caught up in the middle of a move. So that's working out nicely. So I'm now picking up a nice momentum, a nice pace. I'm also trading a prop account. That's an account I'm trading for a client actually, and that account was 50,000 plus in drawdown, and it's $1 million account. So I was able to recover all of the losses, and I'm now in profit on that account. So hopefully I'm able to pass that challenge soon, and my client will have $1 million funded account. So what instruments do you really trade, Clutcher? Let me know a little bit about your trading. Maybe a little bit about your trading experience. What's it been like for you? Has it been difficult? Has it been easy? I know trading is not easy. It does tell on your nerves. So the more seasoned you are, the easier it becomes. I mean, it never gets really, really easy. It's always difficult, but it gets more bearing, I should say. You have to be able to make quick decisions. You have to be able to analyze situations quickly and be proactive, quick to respond. So it could tell a lot on your mental capacity and emotional, psychological capacity as well. No one likes to, be in a losing trade. So my aim has always been to, when I enter a trade, that must be almost a laser sharp entry, right? So I try to enter as close to the top if I want to sell and as close to the bottom if I want to buy, right? Doesn't matter if it's a long-term buy or a short-term buy or a long-term sell or a short-term sell. I try to make sure that I catch that entry as sniper as I can. I like sniper entries, and that's what my liquidity map does for me. It helps me to get sniper entries. So we have a 200 period moving average. Right? So we have this 200 period moving average here, and that is what the price is bouncing off of. So we would like to see the price go above that. Getting a pullback. If this pullback comes and engulfs this move to the upside, we know that we'll be making another leg down. I am expecting another leg to the downside. It all depends on how this pattern unfolds. We may very well get another leg to the downside. And after that leg to the downside, based on how this leg to the downside goes, if we get it, we may be expecting price to go up. Right? So there is a possibility that that pattern may unfold in the market today. We get a move down and then we go up. So this time period between 8:30 and 10 o'clock. This is not the time that I would advise any manual trader to be in the market. I mean, you can trade around this time if you'd like, but it could be very sporadic around this time. So normally it's better to just let this time pass, and this time also helps to prepare you for what is to come in the rest of the day, right? So I prefer to just use my EA to trade around this time, and then I get in after 10, maybe around 11, 12 o'clock or so, and I look for the next move of the day. It becomes a lot clearer around that time for manual trading. I have my liquidity map, so I have a very big advantage in the market. Once I come in, anytime from around 8:30, my liquidity map will give me assistance in terms of, finding a good entry. For example, if I wanted to go long, I would have had an opportunity to go long from anywhere down here. Anywhere here would have been my opportunity to go long. And another thing about the liquidity map, you will see that price grabs liquidity whenever it comes to a liquidity map zone. So for example, there is a liquidity map zone in this area here. You can see price came down, it pushed up, and then it came back to grab liquidity and pushed up, right? So these are the areas where liquidity is grabbed, and these are the areas where liquidity is also created, right? So now there is a liquidity zone up here as well. So the price came up, hit the zone, pulled back. What do you think is going to happen? If the price has to go down, it has to come back to grab liquidity before it goes down, right? So I'm going to expect this price to come back to this area. Now, between 8:30 and 10, sometimes there is not this type of liquidity grab where it goes, hits the zone, pulls back, comes back, grabs liquidity before it goes down. Sometimes it doesn't do that. Sometimes it just hits the zone, reverse, hits the zone, reverse. That's when it's very volatile, right? But generally, you will see whenever price gets to a liquidity map zone, it will come, hit the zone, pull back, and then come back, grab liquidity, right? Sometimes it grabs liquidity to go down. Sometimes it comes, grabs liquidity by taking out the sellers, and it continues moving up. This one, I'm not thinking this one's going to go much further to the upside. There is a little bit more room for upside, but I think this one's going to roll over. We'll see how it goes. Okay, whatever it does doesn't really matter to me. All I want to do is be able to catch the next move. So at this time, it's just my EA. It's not me, it's hands off. I'm not involved. My EA is doing everything on its own. All right, so based on my measurement, the move to the upside should be complete, right? And we could start coming back to the downside now. Okay, let's see how it unfolds. Is it going to unfold by just diving back to the downside? Is it going to slowly roll over and come down? We'll see what's going to happen. Is it going to just go sideways and continue moving up? We'll see what's going to happen. But if I wanted to take profits, this area right around here would have been the area where I could have taken profits manually and walked away with most of the profit that I was able to generate. But as I said, that's not the aim here today. The aim is to have something that can be profitable over a long period of time. We're not looking to grab profits every day from it in terms of like, as soon as you see you reach the maximum profit, you close out the trade and you're done for the day. You can use it like that, right? So that's just one way to use it. But I want you guys to see how powerful this EA is. I want you guys to understand that if you plug this EA in and you let it run, you can generate substantial income in a short period of time. So whenever the EA makes 100% return on the account, you simply double your lot size. It makes 100%, you double your lot size again. And you keep doubling your lot size until you get to the million or until you get to whatever figure you're comfortable with. So once you have movement in the market, once the market is moving with volatility and momentum in one direction, you're going to be profitable. All right, so we're struggling a little bit to the upside, slowing down. We have like 10 minutes left. It may start rolling over soon. I'm opening up my Ninja Trader. I'm just clicking here to make sure it doesn't block this screen. All right, so price, I just realized that price came down to fill one of the gaps that we had. We still have another gap below. So I'm expecting the price to come back to the downside. We had that liquidity grab. Price can come down now. Hopefully we are able to stay up here until the time expires so that we can retain most of the profits. If I wanted to go short, here's what I would do. I would simply draw a trend line. Like this. And wait for the price to break it. When the price rolls over and it breaks that trend line to the downside, I take my short. Right? So it's always good that if you're going to sell or if you're going to buy, you buy the break or sell the break of a trend line. Trend lines are very powerful, especially if you understand how the price is supposed to move. So this move up, I got an exact measurement and I would be expecting it to roll over, but market makers are very tricky. So there's a possibility they could consolidate here, take this sideways, and then continue running this price to the upside. So I'm going to have to look out for that. I'm going to look out for that. I'm going to pay close attention to it. All right, looks like we're starting to roll over. Let's see what we're going to get. Are we going to get sideways movement that looks something like this for us to continue moving up? Or are we going to just start coming back to the downside? If we come back to the downside to around this level, we could turn and go back to the upside. That's all according to the Elliott wave theory. Okay, so there are many different methodologies in the market. It's always good to understand the different methodologies so that you can put them together to work in your best interest. Remember, guys, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, support the channel. I see Gregory says, is your EA available to the public? No, my EA is not available to the public yet. My liquidity map is also not available to the public yet. What I'm going to do is I would like to build a following first so that you guys can see how powerful my tools are, and then I'll make it available to the public. Okay? So price is rolling over. We have 5 minutes left. Hopefully we're able to retain most of this profit, but I'm expecting price to come back to the downside. So if it continues up here for a while, we could retain most of the profit. We're still not too bad. We're at $36, $35 in profit still. If I wanted to go short, that would have been a good area where I could have gone short when I got the liquidity grab. I could have also waited for this trend line to break. So those would have been my two opportunities to go short, on the liquidity grab and on the break of the trend line. Liquidity grab, that's my early entry. So price is pulling back aggressively, gave back half of our profits already. Right now it's just a race against the clock. To see how much of this profit we will be able to retain. have like 3 minutes left. My VPS connection just got interrupted. It will be back. Give it a few seconds. Okay, it's coming back now. Wonderful. All right, so we have the trend line break, so we know for sure the price is coming down, right? We could pull back and then come down, but we have the break, so for sure it should be coming to the downside. If it does not come to the downside, we could go right back up and start consolidating for more upside. But I'm thinking price needs to come down based on the pattern formation that I was able to detect manually in the market. It's highly likely we get another leg down. This move down could be very big. It could also be just a pullback and then we get a gigantic move to the upside. But we need to watch and see how this unfolds. So price can come down, bounce, correct, and then we can look for that sell if price is going to go down. If price is going to go up, when it comes down here and we get that liquidity grab, we can buy it and watch to see how it unfolds. All right, we have 1 minute left. All right, so that's it. We were able to walk away with some profits. As you can see, we were able to walk away with 28.70 on that setup from 9:30 to 10. We ended the day with 21.15. So this was a nice run. Okay, so thank you guys again for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow with more EA trading, and I will see you guys later on with some manual trading. Okay, so remember guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye for now. I'll see you guys a little bit later on today.